KZN's police boss has gone after everyone, MPs, ministers, journalists, heck, even his own colleagues, and it is turning Parliament into a live fire zone. Today we're unpacking the key moments that you missed this week in the biggest corruption investigation this year. The new Dis-Chem rewards model turning health habits into savings, and the new multi-billion rand resort that could reshape South Africa's tourism map. Plus, in the Wildcard, the Northern Cape cave where humans first learned to control fire. My friends, be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss the stories that matter. And now, with all that out the way, let's get into it. It's been a week of fireworks at Parliament, and KZN police boss Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is at the center of all of it. I mean, the man has gone for everyone: ministers, MPs, journalists, even his own colleagues in crime intelligence. So over 2 days of testimony, Mkhwanazi described a police service that was captured from within. He said that crime intelligence still has gadgets capable of listening in on MPs, that secret funds were funneled into personal projects, and that political interference has gutted investigations into political killings. He accused the suspended police minister and his chief of staff of meddling in a bunch of cases tied directly to destroyed evidence, and claimed that the state's own anti-corruption directorate had a rogue structure sabotaging probes from the inside. But the fireworks really started when he turned his sights outside SAPS, accusing journalists at News 24, City Press and Sunday Times of being captured by rogue intelligence handlers and calling for them to be jailed. He said that some MPs had also leaked sensitive information that should have never left closed briefings. And so, as a result of all of this, the media is furious and MPs are split, with half of Parliament demanding a recusal and the other half demanding proof. So the inquiry picks up again this week when National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola is set to testify, and lawmakers try to figure out what's evidence, what's speculation, and what is still to come. So for most South Africans, getting rewarded to stay healthy has never really been an option. I mean, Discovery Vitality has done a solid job at incentivizing people to look after their health, but that model had always existed within the world of private medical aid. Now, Dis-Chem, though, is about to change that, bringing the wellness for rewards model into everyday life. So its new Better Rewards program links everyday behavior like filling chronic prescriptions or doing a clinic checkup to instant savings at the till. And by partnering with Capitec, the country's biggest retail bank, the system now reaches over 25 million customers, turning loyalty schemes into something far closer to public health incentives. So the strategy flips healthcare from reactive to preventative, rewarding people for staying healthy rather than treating them once they're sick. And while Discovery's ecosystem sits at the high end of the market, Dis-Chem runs through retail shelves and pharmacy clinics, a mass market version of health-driven financial rewards. So if this model works, it could theoretically reshape how loyalty programs across the country think about health, where a prescription refill or a blood pressure check becomes as valuable as swiping a rewards card. So South Africa's tourism map might be about to redraw itself. You see, Club Med's new 2 billion rand beach and safari resort on KZN's north coast isn't just another luxury opening. It's the country's biggest tourism build in 3 decades, and a sign that global investors are betting big on South Africa again. Now, the project's real importance goes beyond price tag. I mean, developments of the size don't just create hotel jobs. They pull in farmers, food suppliers, transport companies, and small businesses that start to grow around them. Roads get upgraded, utilities strengthened, and local economies start to orbit around the destination itself. Now, if it succeeds, it could mark the start of a new cycle of tourism investment, one that spreads opportunity beyond the usual hotspots like Cape Town and the Kruger, and proves that leisure infrastructure can be a development engine and not just a holiday brochure. Because as investors in the sector keep saying, if South Africa can build world-class destinations again, the world will follow. And before we cruise on to our Bagel Bite of the day, here's a couple other headlines worth knowing. For starters, South Africa is reportedly close to sealing a tariff deal with the US. You see, Trade Minister Parks Tau says that both sides are finalizing reciprocal terms after months of tense talks, with thousands of local jobs hanging on the outcome. Treasury says that South Africa is finally hitting its key fiscal targets. Debt levels have reportedly stabilized, revenue is up over 10%, and spending has slowed. All signs that the country might just end the year with a healthier balance sheet. And several South African-owned Gazelle helicopters were reportedly shipped to a Libyan warlord using Russian flights that disguised their routes. The deal may breach UN sanctions, with officials now reviewing flight logs to see how an aircraft left the country undetected. And on to our Bagel Bite of the day. Let's see what you got. The question is, which global tech company was originally named Backrub? Was it A, Google, B, Yahoo, or C, Amazon? We'll give you the answer at the end of the show. And on to our Wildcard section. In the middle of the Northern Cape, hidden in the hills outside Kuruman, lies a quiet cave that changed what scientists thought they knew about human history. So it's called Wonderwerk, and deep inside, archaeologists found traces of ash, burnt bone, and stone tools buried in layers of soil more than 1 million years old. So those layers tell a story. That ash didn't come from the wildfires outside. It came from controlled fires inside the cave. In other words, early human ancestors here weren't just surviving by chance. They had learned to control fire, using it for warmth, protection, and to harden tools. So the cave itself runs nearly 140 meters into the rock, and when you walk through it, you can still see the black faint marks where flames once flickered. And look, it's pretty eerie but incredible, because it means that some of the earliest evidence of controlled fire on Earth isn't hidden in Europe or Asia or even Central Africa. It is right here in our homeland. And as for that Bagel Bite, the answer is Google. You see, back in 1996, its founders called it Backrub because the search engine literally analyzed the backlinks between websites. 2 years later, they rebranded, thankfully, to Google from the maths term Google, meaning a 1 followed by 100 zeros. And my friends, that's it for today's show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you guys all have a cracker Monday. Set the tone and let's make this week one for the books. I'll catch you guys all tomorrow for the next round of the good stuff. God bless.